Okay, in this video, we're going to factor the following expression, and we're going to use method 2, AC plus grouping. And in the description box of this video, there's a playlist that I cover several different methods for factoring, and I go more in detail on how to use these particular methods. And so let's begin. So this video is very much like a practice problem. So the first thing we're going to do is draw an X. The top is going to be A times C, and the bottom is going to be B. Now, our A term is the coefficient for X squared, which is 3. And our C term is the constant, so negative 24. And our B term is the coefficient with X, so that's going to be 14. And 3 times negative 24 will give us negative 72. You can kind of think about it this way. 3 times 4 is 12, and 3 times 2 is 6, but you have to carry the 1. That's how you get 72. At this point, we're thinking to ourselves, what two number multiply to give us negative 72 and add to give us 14? So it's a bit of trial and error, but you could also use a factor tree. So I have 72. How do I get 72? 2 times 36 is 72. I can also do 2 times 18 and get 36. But then I see something. So 72 is the same as 4 times 18. In our case, we want two numbers to multiply to give us negative 72, but add to give us 14. And we can do that if we pick 18 and negative 4. 18 minus 4 is 14. 18 times negative 4 is negative 72. Next, we're going to do our grouping step. So we're going to keep 3x squared. But what we're going to change is this 14x. Instead of saying 14x, I'm going to say 18x minus 4x. And I get it from this piece. Negative 24 remains the same. And now I'm going to group the first two terms and the last two terms. So 3x squared plus 18x. In between, put a plus sign. Then do the last two terms. Negative 4x minus 24. Now we look at these two pieces and we see what's the biggest thing in common. They both have an x, so we can take out an x. Then we think, what's the biggest number I could divide both by and get a whole number? That's going to be 3. So now I do parentheses. 3x times something gives me 3x squared. That's going to be x. 3x times something is 18x. That's going to be plus 6. Now I'm going to do these two pieces. So this doesn't have an x, so now we're thinking, what's the biggest number I could divide both by and get a whole number? And that's going to be 4. Now the thing is, if I take out a 4, then I'm going to say 4 times what is negative 4x? That'll be negative x. But I actually want it to be the same as this. So instead of saying take out a 4, I'm going to take out a negative 4. Negative 4 times something is negative 4x. That's going to be x. Negative 4 times something is negative 24. That's going to be positive 6. And so now we have a match. So we have x plus 6, x plus 6. Because it's a match, we go ahead and copy it one time. So x plus 6. Then we do the leftover pieces. 3x minus 4, 3x minus 4. And this right here is our final answer. And we can always check. X times 3x is 3x squared. X times negative 4 is negative 4x. 6 times 3x is 18x. 18x minus 4x is 14x. And 6 times negative 4 is negative 24. And so it's a match. And if you want more practice, check out the description box for more videos.